I need to give a shout out to the sponsors before we head out tonight. The sponsor for this week's episode is All Roads Garage Doors. I've never done this before.
It's all good. It's all good. So if your garage ain't got no door, then you need to put a door on that son of a bitch.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Don't you hate it? Don't you hate it when you walk out and your garage door is missing?
It's like, where'd this huge breeze come from?
Or you got that neighbor that got a bomb-ass garage door and yours kind of whack. Yeah. It's like wood. It just comes up halfway. It's all dry. Ain't got no windows on it. It creaks when it opens. You got to use a little padlock to lock. If you're trying to up your garage door.
The motion sensor has a crack in it.
Motion sensors.
If you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and
rails work on, he installs the rails for the garage doors.
He does it all.
He does it all.
If y'all trying to upgrade your garage door.
God damn it, Phil, you're good at this.
I mean,
man.
Forget keeping up with the Joneses. You're trying to go beyond the Joneses.
Fuck the Joneses.
Wait, where's the business located?
No lube.
Richmond, California.
Also, not the Joneses.
So I just pulled it up. All Roads.
Contreras.
No, it's the Solis family.
The Solis.
Homeboy.
No.
All Roads Overhead Garage Doors. Call now, 510-375-8756. Proudly serving the Bay Area since 2002. Hablamos Español, free consultations. Screened and certified by Home Advisor. Yeah. Screened and approved by Home Advisor. So there you go. Broken springs or cables, new rollers, track or opener repair, safety sensors. You just fucking mentioned that. Did you work on that too? God damn it.
You know
IOP
what?
Video Works.
We do everything, man. We do everything. Step up your garage door game.
It's like gold. It's recording now.
Yeah,
right?
now it's recording.
All right.
We should have an intro or something.
Nah, I would just keep it going. We'll fill them in
as we go along.
Yeah.
No. Like, and I'm normally not violent, but it was just something just went
Okay,
off.
so dude,
this is gonna be a weird way to start the podcast. All right, thank you for joining us. Where was I? Normally, I'm not that violent, but this person had it.
No, and it wasn't.
So
even,
what was her name again? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. So dude, say you weren't cussing enough on your mixtape.
No, it was my group's mixtape.
Your group's mixtape,
right? You know what I mean? I was featured on it.
He bought it. He bought
it, and he was like, he comes up.
Was it that same day he bought it?
No, it was like a week later. He comes to me and he goes,
because back in the days, the CD players and that.
Yeah. And he's like, excuse me, but I really want my money back. And I was like, all right, yeah, sure. I had money on me anyway. I was like, sure. I start getting. And I was like, out of curiosity, what is it that you didn't like? Because I love constructive criticism.
Oh, jeez. Bruce, get out of here.
We were just talking about Scooby-Doo earlier. What a coincidence.
Hey. God damn it. My bad, dude.
Dude, it's all good. It's your podcast.
Give him a mic.
This is like the one time he walked.
It's all good.
This is like the perfect time to walk in.
We have amazing sound effects for you guys listening home. But no. like real talk. I mean, so he's all like, yeah, I want my money back. And I'm like, well,
so then you backhanded
I'm
it.
like, what's up with the constructive criticism? And he goes, there just isn't enough cussing in it. And then like I don't know what took. It was the dumbest reason for ever disliking something in my. I've heard too much cussing, but no one. It was the first time I'd ever heard anyone say there wasn't enough cussing. So I just walked up to him and I backhanded him, just flat out smack. And then after I realized what I had done, because it was almost as if I was possessed by like Beelzebub. And like the 7 demons below, I was just like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I am so
Did
sorry.
you cover your mouth like
Yeah,
what the-
exactly?
Oh
like
my God.
both hands on the mouth.
I'm usually not this sassy.
You know what I mean? Like I just pimp slapped this man. Like
you backslapped him.
you know what I mean?
Out of here.
And then like he was like, it's okay. And then people were like, did you really just? I was like, leave it alone. But for like the next few years, it was like, hey, remember that time Jay smacked that one too for like wanting his money back? I was like, no. It wasn't because he wanted his money back. It's for the reason. It's really stupid. I work with children, so I suffer a lot of fools. You'd be like, he does not suffer fools. No, I suffer a lot of fools. That was unusual for me because that was a straight.
But you weren't working with children at the time, right?
No, but
this probably wouldn't be a good thing to talk about if you work with children. He's fucking
well, he wasn't a kid, so
that's
so
true.
do you think if we heard the tape, we would?
Yeah, let me be the judge
that
of
there
that.
was too much cussing.
Wait, do you
wasn't
cuss
enough.
at all now?
There wasn't enough.
Do
Like,
you think we'd think that too?
no, I don't.
Wait,
know.
do you cuss at all with music?
No,
'Cause
I, as a rapper, try not to cuss in my music. But
Okay.
like my
Cuss some.
crewmates were like,
Dude,
I mean,
when I first heard the song for the music video, I don't know that was you. Because even though I can't, like, I was thinking, like, wait, was there cussing in that song?
no,
No cussing.
Not
It
a
sounds
single
like
one.
there would be.
right.
It sounds like, and then the fucking, the video's about chopping a motherfucker up.
Exactly.
It's
But
like there's no cussing. All right.
I mean, the true talent.
Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did. You did.
Here's the thing.
I mean, the true
on my
challenge
phone.
is
I'm just
like
kidding.
creating something sinister without necessarily like the obvious
That's
things.
enough.
Like
I
it's
charge.
easy to be like. It's something I learned
Easy.
at an organization called Clubhouse Records. They were like, you know what? It's real easy to cuss, but the true challenge is how can you wow your audience without it? Because everyone expects a rapper to be like, fuck this, bitch that,
Yeah.
hoe that. But I could call you a hoe without actually calling you a hoe. I can paint the picture.
Call me a hoe without calling me a hoe right now.
You know what I mean?
Wait.
Call you a hoe without calling you a hoe right now?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, yeah. That, I appreciate that because it makes you kind of dig, like, you know, that fucking video, like that whole song is pretty evil.
Thank you.
That's not a compliment. You fucking psycho.
So naturally, we just cast the funniest person we know in the video.
You know what? When we played it, we showed it at the Rich City Talent Showcase. It's funny because like I did stand up and I was being a goofball the whole time, and then we showed that, and it's just like everybody would laugh in the scenes.
I don't think people were laughing, dude.
I heard a lot of laughter.
You were laughing.
I heard laughter
Yeah,
when
you
you were
were
dragging
laughing.
away the Evan dummy.
Then the cum shot scene.
I mean, you were definitely laughing, and I remember looking at you like, "Damn it, you fucking up our shit."
I know, dude. I know. I'm sorry. It's just because it's me doing it, you know, and I never see. That's why I told you I want to see it before, you know,
So you
because
can prepare yourself.
Yeah, I prepare myself because when I saw it, like every other, even when that scene in the announcement, that cracked me up too. It just seeing myself on video.
Which scene? Which scene was funny to you?
Well, for the announcement, I only have one scene.
Oh, your scene was
Yeah,
funny.
my scene.
You. Oh,
And it's not
okay.
even that it's funny. It makes me laugh because every time I see, if I look at a YouTube video of my stand up, it's weird and it kind of like just turn
You're like,
it
oh, that's
off.
me.
Turn it off. Yeah, I cringe.
Speaking of scenes, I want to see this.
Wait, hold on. Okay, we started this off all weird. I want everybody to introduce themselves. So go ahead. You start right there.
All right, my name is Joaquin Xavier of IOP Video, Frosted Miniviers, and Go to Work Fitness. I also rap. That's
I also rap. And I was in his music video recently.
Yes, he was.
Devils Do. Great song.
Thank you, JD.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm Phil Spruner from IOP Video. I
The
make things-
producer of the show.
There you go. I make things look pretty, and in this case, sound pretty.
You sound very beautiful right now, sir.
Oh, well, thank you. I try.
I'm blushing.
My name's Gaspar from my mom's house. I was asking for spare change, and you guys had me walk in. You guys didn't have spare change. You had a spare mic.
I've actually known Gaspar for hella long. We talked about doing this for about a year now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look I made friends with Phil, known them for what? Like really, really known each other? Like, you know, touching each other's shoulder, know each other?
Yeah.
How long? A few months?
Yeah.
And look at that. Bam! Get shit done. Step your shit up, Gaspar.
All right. I'm gonna step up from my mom's house to my dad's house.
How long you been rapping?
I'd rather not say.
Oh, if it's on and off, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been on and off.
Everybody.
It's
On and
it's
off,
been on
yeah.
and off. I had a crew of like 20 people when I got started, and then like
20 fucking people?
20. You understand, man?
Like,
Is that a
Wu-Tang?
good thing?
We had
Wu-Tang
like
Clan?
subgroups and everything. It was dope. We had like our conscious guys. We had like our hardcore Eminem Jedi mind tricks dudes. Shout outs to the Psychotics. Shout out to Tony Gore, who's still like, he just never stopped. And then I took breaks, man. Like I found this thing called a job. And then like, you know,
Those are good to have.
I found 2 jobs and then like also studio time got really expensive because, you know, rent is a thing. And then like I got really involved with family, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Like, so that was you know, it's a lot.
And you're not originally from the Bay Area.
No, I'm actually in and out of the Bay too, you know, off and on, like born out in Los Angeles, right? And then I spent like the first 4 years of my life sort of ping-ponging between El Cerrito and Pittsburgh until I moved to Arkansas when I was 5. Then came back out here in the 8th grade.
In the 8th grade.
Yep.
How long you been here? Since the 8th grade?
Since the 8th grade. It was
And that's when you met
2001. Yes. Yes.
Fucking Phil.
Like, best friend I've ever had.
Don't say that to Evan. Well, I mean, you guys have been friends all this time, right? You three, it's.
So Evan and I met in like junior year high school. Like
Shout out to Evan.
Yeah.
No.
I met you guys through him, so.
Oh yeah.
No, I got nothing but love for Evan, too.
Technically, I met you through him.
That's true. Oh my God.
When?
Oh, you see, that project's so meaningless to him that he just fucking forgot.
Yeah, that's right.
That video you were doing.
With the zombies and the superhero or the magical girl.
He's all like, what was that thing that was only important to you that I vaguely remember and possibly was involved?
Okay, so check this out. I remember when he showed it to me because it was kind of a cheesy thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he sent the link to me, and I remember telling him, never tag me or attach my name to any to this thing ever.
You know what? I actually want to redo it, but like now that I know cinematography a little bit better, I want to take that cheesy idea and redo it.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me know how that goes. Are you gonna be part of it?
That means no.
We'll see.
No. That's what girls say to me.
But you know, it's funny because like the reason like I put you in Devil's Due, like the main person we were going to go with backed out.
Yeah.
And it's like the 11th hour and we're trying to think of somebody. And I remember doing Gasper's music video with you and I was like, oh, let me see if JD's
And I was
down.
also a last minute decision for that. So.
It seems like our whole relationships are like last minute.
I know.
things.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not like he backed out. It's just he just so happened to be on some other business that particular day. Like his whole summer was booked. Like dude runs his own studio and he also handles some other business. And like, you know, when I hit him up, it was kind of like 2 weeks before and he was like, man, I'm booked that day. I can't make it. And we're like, well, we are on a time crunch.
Was he the original person?
He was the dude that made the beat.
Oh, no.
Like-
But from the beginning, was he the one that was going to be the star of that music video?
He was good. Yeah, the plan was for him to go and murder Evan. You know, that was the
Yeah, oh,
idea.
damn.
Who is he?
His name's Nobi.
Yeah. Now it's funny because
Nobody
when we were conceptualizing the video, like normally we didn't really think about race. We're just like whoever the fuck is the best person for this role, let's use them. This was like the first time we ever.
This is weird coming from a white guy.
I
just kidding.
I self-identify as black, so it's all good. But like this is like the first time we were thinking about race because we're just like, is it racist to have the devil be a black dude, or is it more racist to have the criminal be a black dude? What if we switch it? What if the devil's a white dude rapping to a black dude? Is that are we sending a bad message? Like this is why we can't get ahead.
But
the white devil's whispering in our ear. So we're tossing all these ideas back and
I'm
forth.
like, the term white devil's so cliche.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, then I was just like, all right. Worst idea. What if we take Nobi and put him in blackface? And then
See, if you were making a comedy.
yeah.
No.
No,
With like the idea
I'm
just
kidding,
kept
I'm
getting
kidding.
worse and worse, and then finally Martin was the voice of reason. Was just like, what if we just not care about color? And I was like, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it worked out for me. I mean, it was fun to make.
No, and honestly, that was a real blessing because like had we not worked together, like, I mean, you know, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to like, you know, spoil anything, but we pretty much met a new team member for some of our productions. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you got like good ideas.
Yes.
Thank you, man. This is fun. Like
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the shit out of this.
Oh, that's what's
Trust me.
So that's why I'm glad I met you guys too. And it's weird that you know Gaspar because I try to include Gaspar in almost everything that I do because I love the guy, you know.
Yeah.
So and it's funny that you guys know each other, you know, because we could do this.
Yeah.
Exactly. We go back, man. I last time we worked with Gaspar, we were filming #Black Suits.
That was a while ago, yeah.
You were running sound, right?
What
No,
is
he
that?
was-
No, I was a
he was-
cinematographer.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Mike was running sound.
That's right.
You sound really good. I feel like I sound weird. What is it that you're doing? I need to do what you
I
do.
don't know.
I'm not good with mics. When I do stand up, I put it right by my chin.
Yeah.
Sounds like
yeah,
I'm
you
like-
don't wanna.
Yeah, I
Do that.
don't.
I don't know.
You fucking natural. See, this is why I work with this guy. He's just a natural fucking
He's
talent.
good at everything. Right?
He's good at everything. He's just being normal. So right now we're watching. What are we watching? We've been watching the MTV Awards.
And then it
I
was
didn't know that were still a thing.
There was the rebooted All That.
Yeah.
Was Megan good in all that? Sorry, I saw it. Was Megan good in all that?
No, she was in another Nickelodeon show called Cousin Skeeter.
Which came like came on right after it, right?
Well, All That kind of didn't stop running until like what 06. So like it came on. You mean came on as it was produced later, or it just came on in the lineup later?
Yeah, like they
Like
came on
Saturday
at
Night
the
Live.
same time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was a weird premise. It was like, nobody acknowledged that Skeeter was a puppet. They all just treated him like he was like human or something.
Wait, wasn't there a dude that was hella weird in that show?
Skeeter?
Was that?
I mean,
sorry, it's been.
Let's start a
Besides the
conversation.
puppet?
Phil.
So here's the thing you got to think about.
I'll
Like, did you ever watch Cousin Skeeter?
I never.
All right, so basically there's this black
I never
family.
watched all that either.
All right,
I know.
I don't know if
dude.
we can be friends anymore.
See, but yeah.
So basically,
It's
Cousin
the
Skeeter.
face you just made. Yeah, exactly.
So Cousin Skeeter, there's this black family, and then like the cousin is a fucking puppet, right? Which means somebody in this family fucked a puppet, and nobody just talks about that. They're just accepted.
Trying to make it normal.
Who
I
doesn't?
mean,
hold on.
a little interracial relationship. Why not?
Who hasn't fucked the puppet here and there?
You know, I have a puppet.
Cast the
I know.
first
That's,
stone.
when you told me that, I was like, "This guy's fucking weird." I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him.
Like
now.
you never heard of a blow up doll.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other thing. But we were talking about torture porn earlier. You guys running it now, Frosted Mini Fears? I mean
Well,
we're talking about. I want you to talk about it.
Well, I mean, the torch is pretty much passed at this point.
So basically, we run a horror anthology web series called Frosted Mini Fears. We're in our 4th season right now.
Fourth season.
Yeah. We've been going. We took like a 4-year break and then came back.
So you guys started with the original creator.
Yeah, it was me, Chad Garcia, and Salvatore Guerasoli, and then we started it and ran for like 3 years straight. Got super burnt out, took a break, and then spent like 3 years working on this last season because other shit happens.
Yeah.
And so now we're in our last season, and Chad is leaving after this season, so it's gonna be just me and Joaquin running things. So we'll probably take the show in a new direction after this.
Thank God.
Really?
It's a lot of work putting
I
doing the show, dude. It's a lot of work.
My thing is this.
okay.
I'm not saying thank God because I don't want to work on the show. I'm saying thank God because it feels like we'll have more freedom to experiment and do things. Like the other party involved was just kind of like, no, why would you do such a thing? And we'd be like, because it might be cool. 9. Okay.
In his defense, though, I saw a lot of the videos, man, and pretty dope shit, dude. That video about that guy who was in the talk show. Oops, the talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys help? Did you guys make that one, or was that him? Because that was interesting, dude. About that talk show host who ended up being a serial
the love
killer.
show, that one.
Yeah. You hear about that? Are you in horror?
Yeah. No, I didn't hear about that though.
Oh. I know. It's a video of my head. I'm like, did you hear about that?
I mean, it looks like a chat. That was a chat story, right, Phil?
Well, it doesn't. It's not narrated or anything. It's just, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I think so.
Or was that when you guys were gone?
Bro, I've done so many of these that all kind of blend together.
I've seen a lot. I saw a lot.
And there's so much work putting this show together.
A lot of them though. It looked like it was just you guys though.
I'm so fucking white. I know what episode of Friends this is without.
Hey, dude, I love Friends.
Well, no, but
This is when he was dating Emily, but wanted to be with Rachel, but he wasn't with Rachel, so he's with Emily. But they weren't married yet. But he fucked up the wedding by saying Rachel's name instead of Emily's name.
And then he almost went on honeymoon with Rachel.
Yeah.
But then she ended up showing up at the airport. I can play that game, dog.
Bro.
That was on after Simpsons growing up.
And then that one season when they introduced a black character for that one season.
Yeah.
The chick Ross was
the
dating.
chick.
Yeah.
What was her name?
I don't even remember. She was only around for one season. They're like, all right, fuck this diversity.
Yeah, I didn't think I never thought about that until I saw Chappelle's show. They said there's what was the skit? You remember the skit? Anybody watch Chappelle's show here?
I've seen a gang of it in reruns. I didn't see it during.
There's an episode where they talk about how there's no black people on Friends. That Monica and Chandler should just adopt a black baby to add some diversity to the show. Hold on, Bruce, get out! Get out! Go.
No dogs are being harmed during the recording of this podcast.
Not right now. So, the idea for this podcast is just because I wanted people to tell me some interesting stories.
Okay.
So,
Why'd you call me? Just kidding.
Talk about pressure, man.
No. What we're doing is fine, but
Yeah.
that's the and then there's I mean, I don't really have a topic. Like I like that you guys do the horror thing, because I'm big on horror. Like I have a big collection of horror movies, and I've always liked listening to ghost stories, like family member ghost stories. That's a big thing with Mexican families, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing with
That's
Mexican
how they keep
families.
your kids in line.
Kinda, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. A lot of the stories have like a little, yeah. Just some kind of little moral to keep you in check, you know?
Yeah, ghost stories are like in every culture. I mean, granted, in some cultures they're not practiced like they used to be. Like, fun fact, like, Christmas Carol, the 3 spirits that come visit Scrooge. Apparently, it was a tradition to tell ghost stories during Christmas time.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't know that.
No one
recently.
does that anymore,
No.
right?
It's in the song. Remember what that song is? Damn, what's that song? It's a Christmas song. It says ghost stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about. Like,
It's a famous Christmas song.
So when and where did they tell ghost stories?
ghost stories
Around the
until
Christmas
long,
tree, bro.
long
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
not what time of the year.
It's the most
Christmas.
wonderful time of the year. That
Yeah,
one.
it's the
the most
1800s,
wonderful
1700s.
time.
like during the 17 1800s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gaslight era and before. Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense. It makes you appreciate your shit more.
That's true.
definitely.
Well,
You know.
but it also scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And then like you ever think about like Christmas? If we didn't have Christmas, like all those nice lights, it'd be really. I mean, it's already dark as shit, and it gets kind of depressing. Christmas time, there's more suicide rates. More suicide.
Something
suicide
about the
rate
winter
goes up.
time makes people
Yeah.
moody. But
Like,
you know
People
what?
are stressed out.
Bro, I just got this image in my head. Fucking little kid on Christmas Eve waking up, trying to catch a glimpse of Santa. Fucking Santa's there fighting demons like a goddamn Ghostbuster.
Well, I mean,
Write
they
that down.
they told these stories because there was no television.
Yeah.
And not everybody could read like in those days either, even though printing
Not a
press
whole
was
lot
a
has
thing.
changed.
And
Apparently.
you know, there's
So-
something about fear, you just capture the attention a lot better.
I wonder how people back then would have interpreted ghost stories, though, because I think that the whole concept of death was thought about differently the farther you go back in the past.
Like, what do you mean?
So, for example, you would have had a lot more deaths. Like, you used to have twice or 3 times as many children.
12-year-olds dying.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of them would die, and so death was more part of life. So I think it wasn't as scary. It wasn't a taboo the way it is today.
But the stories, like, I guess the ghost stories that we kind of grew up with were probably from like the 20s and shit, when the
think
Industrial
so?
Revolution was going on.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nearly as bad as the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Imagine what their fucking story was.
Oh man.
Because I think it's gone up and down.
Yeah.
Like the things that people are desensitized by.
Yeah.
I mean, I
taboo
can't
now.
imagine people being scared of the shit that we're afraid of now back then.
Right.
And then in like with the baby boomer era, I'm sure it was a lot. Because they're all appalled by a lot of the shit that we're doing. Not appalled, but very what's the word I'm looking for?
Offended? No.
Yeah, no, not
Horrified.
offended.
Scared.
Horrified. Yeah.
Anxious about.
Yeah, like the hippies were fucking extreme to that generation.
Yep.
Yeah.
That they were
To the people before the baby
right.
boomers.
Well, I don't. Is that really baby boomers? Aren't hippies baby boomers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what was the generation before that?
I don't know, but
But that generation was really,
Yeah.
The greatest generation. That's what they.
yeah,
greatest
that is what they call it.
The
yeah.
World War II
Fuckers
guys.
just named themselves that.
You know what I mean?
we fucking.
I mean, they killed Hitler Well, no, okay, they didn't actually. No one actually.
According to
Hitler killed
the
himself.
Germans.
But
according to the Germans.
Well, I guess Hitler was part of that generation
but
too.
I mean,
so.
they took on Hitler.
Hitler
so
killed Hitler, so he's part of the greatest generation ever.
Yeah, I know.
Does this mean that he technically won the war? Like, I don't know.
He won it and lost it.
He won and lost it at the same time. But you know what? Like, it's keying in on like the perspectives of what scares us and what unnerves us and what a generation is concerned about. First thing that comes to mind, first two things: the Twilight Zone versus Netflix's Black Mirror.
I've never seen Black Mirror.
I haven't seen it
Dude,
either.
so you guys are gonna have a hard time with me. I haven't seen
Like-
hell of these fucking shows, man. I watch
Like-
Friends all the time.
You've seen Twilight Zone, yes?
I've
So-
not a lot, but I've seen more episodes of that.
He's out here like, I saw the
I saw the one with-
1980s one.
No, I saw the
I
old
saw the
black
one
and
with
white
Forrest
one.
Whitaker. I didn't see that.
Never saw that one. I saw the black and white one.
I've never met a person alive that's admitted to watching the 1980s Twilight Zone.
Why?
Like, I don't think they rerun it as much as the 1960s one.
See, I didn't know there was in 1980s.
Like you've heard of Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
George R. R. Martin, he wrote for the 80s version
Oh,
of that.
shit.
Like, but what I was gonna say is like with Twilight Zone, a lot of the fears were things on like like the other, like the name of the creator is escaping me right now, which is a shame because I love the guy, but like Sterling, right?
Rod Sterling?
Rod Sterling. Rod Sterling.
Oh yeah, I've heard that
Yeah,
name.
like Rod Sterling tackled things like anxiety dealing with the other, racism, those guys over there, anxiety dealing with.
Do we all know what the other means? Can you define that?
Oh yeah, sure, real quick.
Well, the unknown, right?
Well, no. With the other, like I'm talking about racial issues.
Oh,
Like there's an episode where this town is completely covered in blackness and it's supposed to be like 12 noon. It's in Texas, and they're gonna hang this like African American dude because he shot a Klansman in self-defense. But they're like, it's still murder, right? And people are like, I don't know, the Klansman was a nasty dude. Maybe this darkness is like God's judgment. You know what I mean? And they got to try to figure that out. Or what was it, the house on I can't remember the title of it right now, but there is a premise where there are these new people that had moved in to a small town, and like for some reason the lights are going off, and this is like the late 50s, early 60s during the Cold War. So people are thinking it must be Russian spies. It's that new family that just moved in. They must be the Russian spies. So they gang up to go like burn the house down, and then you cut to like black, and it's like The Monsters on Maple Street. That's what it's called. And then like the revelation is that there are these aliens that are doing this weird experiment all across the world where they're making people turn on each other, and they're like, eventually our invasion will be easy, right? Because the point was the
so
enemy.
it's about aliens.
Well, yeah, it was about aliens, but it was really a metaphor for the fear of
the Russians.
The Russians, right? Like those people over there. And then with Black Mirror, the anxiety is all about like modern technology.
Right.
Like there's an episode all about a woman whose dream is to move out of her rinky-dink apartment and into a nice residential area. But the only way she can do it is if she gets enough social media likes. There's all this pressure. She gets invited to come to a wedding by someone who's more of a frenemy than a friend, and she's like, man, if I could just get this person to like me, my stars will go up. And they show you what happens in a world where like that sort of thing is taken too seriously and there's too much stock in
See,
it.
this is modern day.
This modern
These
day
are the new
anxiety.
ones. Is that the one where they have the episode about a comedian?
Yeah, no, that's like a new Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. Okay.
Yeah, that's a new Twilight Zone. It's the comedian that every time he uses material about somebody, they disappear. That was good. That was good. And the new Twilight Zone kind of.
I heard about that.
Yep.
I don't know what the big buzz was about that.
Yeah, but Black Mirror is like we deal with tech problems. We
Jesus
deal
Christ,
with
sorry about
how
that. That was
bad
me.
could this technology go, right? You know, and just imagine a person ending up homeless because they got no likes on fucking Instagram, right? Can't get a job. Oh, no, you don't have any likes, so I can't hire you. Your rating on Facebook's too low. You got too many thumbs down on your post. I'm not going to give you
be
this
fair,
house. Like,
if someone would,
They had an episode of The Orville like that, where they found a planet where its governing body was a social media network, and so like everybody had like a little badge with like their likes, and if you had a certain number of dislikes, like certain restaurants wouldn't serve you and shit.
I think eventually we'll be paying for shit with our likes. It's so weird. Man.
No, real talk. Like,
I mean, I don't know.
It's kind of what a lot of social media people are trying to do is turn likes into money, right?
That's.
I mean,
not the crypt. Well,
likes are like your ratings on the TV show.
They make you money if you get a certain amount. No, like there's something.
No,
not money. Like, well, I know YouTube.
If you have a certain amount of followers and views on YouTube, you get that subscribers, and then on Instagram, I think the blue check means you get a little bit of money. It means you get something.
No, the blue check just means you're verified.
Like I said, I think.
What does that mean? Verified? Like,
yeah,
so that way, it's really you. It's not
watching you.
Well, it's not someone impersonating you. It's really. Oh my God! I don't know if y'all saw this.
What?
I just saw this today.
Hold on, he's taking a break from watching Friends.
Why don't I have a fucking
blue check? I remember this. That's when Rachel was in her lingerie.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway,
back to fuck this podcast.
But no, like I saw this thing on the FaceBase today where there's this guy who
on the what?
On the FaceBase.
Oh, okay.
Where this guy created like a fake like profile just called customer service. And then he would change his profile picture to like random businesses, and he would respond to customer complaints as like a jackass.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious, bro. I gotta see. Now that I brought it up, I should see if I can find it.
If your parents accidentally walked in and your significant other was wearing lingerie, how would your parents react?
I mean, I'm not gonna have my significant other in lingerie
just by accident. That's what the scene was.
I mean, in this one, Rachel passes it off as like a European dress that nobody knows about because it's pre-internet.
Yeah, but if it's like fucking straight up leather,
but then they're gonna go to
just like
Rachel here on the piano.
Yeah.
My father would be like, "So when's the wedding, son?" My mother is no longer with us, so I don't know what she'd say.
Oh, okay.
We weren't that close. It's fine.
I think my parents would walk away and then like never talk about it because with our family, the whole
it's taboo.
It's taboo. Yeah, like, you don't want to talk about it, and it's really weird to talk about that.
I found it. Sorry.
I think my dad would be really proud of me though.
Attaboy, kid.
So
but
like
he would never say it. He would just like nod and smile and his little mustache. Just,
So like,
sorry, what were we saying?
So like, for example, like this person, like they blacked out the business, so you can't see what the business is. But they were just like, "Oh, I bought a garden hoe from you back in February, but I only got around to using it this weekend. And after just a few hours, I noticed the end of the hoe had cracked, and I returned it and was told I couldn't get it replaced as you don't keep that one in stock anymore, and I wasn't eligible for a refund because it's been over 3 months. Blah 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 blah."
Ooh.
It's all good, Gasper.
Gasper's going to the bathroom.
You know,
going to the bathroom.
Dude's basically just complaining that like his garden hoe broke and he couldn't get a refund, right?
Yeah.
So the dude with the fake customer support profile was just like, "These hoes ain't loyal." And then the dude like posted like a question mark and was just like, "I have screenshotted this and I'll be sending this to your boss. This is unbelievable." And then he responded and was like, "Oh, come on, man, bros before hoes." And he just does shit like this where he'll just look for like customer complaints and change his profile picture to the logo of that business and then just respond as like a fake customer service profile.
That's hilarious.
Modern day prank calling.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
You're
eating cheese.
Yes, I am.
I was like, wait, is there another slice? We were eating pizza before the show, and Joaquin just pulled off the Parmesan cheese, and he's eating it by himself. All right,
eating it by itself. Yes,
by itself.
I do this sometimes. I'm a weirdo.
No, yeah. And I'm hungry, dude. I got some snacks over there, man. If you're hungry,
appreciate it.
So, Twilight show, Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
See, dude, I gotta fucking get up on my shit, man, because I've never seen Dragon Ball Z. I don't know what I've heard of Black Mirror.
Black Mirror is really good.
Black Mirror, okay.
It's basically like a modern day Twilight. Like each episode is standalone.
Oh, so it's a standalone.
Yeah.
You know which one I didn't like? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this one, but it's really good, and they have it on I've watched it online. Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Oh, I
Jonathan
Frakes.
Jonathan Frakes, but before it was Jonathan Frakes, the older episode, it was James Brolin, Thanos' dad.
Oh yeah,
and those episodes are fucking good, man.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that show?
I've seen the one with Frakes. I haven't seen the earlier host.
Same here. I remember Riker hosting it and going, "This is odd."
It's free online on IBM.
I kept expecting like Jean-Luc Picard to pop in and be like, make it so, number one.
Because I mean, like I got like a Roku, and so when I can't sleep, they just got like random free shit on there, like whatever junk people don't want to watch, they'll give you for free on Roku. Yeah. So when I can't sleep, I'll watch things like Unsolved Mysteries and America's Most Wanted and Fact or Fiction.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Since you're a film, I want to ask you the same thing because you guys work together. Mm-hmm. But first, I'll ask you, like, what? Because you're a director, you make films. Yeah. What's like one of your influences for? Well, you do too, but I'll ask. You're kind of co-host, Yeah. What's one of your like? I say, I don't want to say favorite filmmaker because that's I don't know. I don't think you have a favorite filmmaker. Do you?
I have two.
Top five?
Five. Jesus Christ.
She's got,
or films.
I'm like, I got two, and Martin's
films that inspired you, like I want to do this shit.
So I'll say this: my two favorite filmmakers are Robert Rodriguez and then Edgar Wright. I love me some Robert Rodriguez.
Oh shit!
Any man who will donate his body to medical science to fund his film is A-okay in my book.
He did that.
He did that when he was doing El Mariachi. Like
the first one.
Yeah, he donated.
Obviously,
he donated his body to medical science to raise the money to pay for the film.
God damn!
And what's crazy because I have his book Rebel Without a Crew. He was talking about like his original idea was I'm going to make a film for the Spanish direct-to-video market, and all the Spanish direct-to-videos were all just like cheesy like rom-com and romance movies. He's like, I'm gonna make a fucking action film. I'll be the only one, and then I'll sell 1 million fucking copies because everybody will want to see the only action film that's a Spanish direct-to-video film.
I'm a confession for you. I've never seen the mariachi.
Right,
you've never seen
the first one? I know. I've seen. I think I've seen scenes. There's like a head rolling. It's like in a dream, right?
Yeah, you've seen Desperado, right?
I saw that scene with Selma.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good scene.
That's like I turned it on and it was right in that
Have you seen
scene.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
I've seen Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Okay, so you've seen the worst one. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, see, it is. I didn't like it, and that's why I was like, you know what?
So
fuck the other two.
I didn't like.
I don't even want to bother watching the other two.
So I didn't like one. So I like El Mariachi is good.
Yeah.
Desperado is great, and then I did not like Once Upon a Time in Mexico because
it took Johnny Depp, bro.
Right, I don't like Johnny Depp.
Really?
I don't.
That's before he was all fucking Pirates of the Caribbean.
And my other thing is
was it? I don't know if it was.
Is they took Antonio Banderas, who was the main character of the first two films. Yeah. Even though he wasn't in the first one, just go with it.
That's another
like
thing.
They took him and made him like a side character.
That's why I kind of didn't like the Desperado. Like this dude fucking
I'm not a fan.
I hate that shit.
Yeah. I love
like
Desperado.
no.
Wait, so what do you like about Desperado?
I'm going to shoot you in your arm because I'm Antonio Banderas.
I love Antonio Banderas. He's so
and I am
suave.
a Mexican that talks
He's
like
so
this.
Suave.
Yeah,
like
but
oh my god,
Zorro was dope, but
he was. Zorro
Desperado,
was dope.
like he's playing the Mexican
Selma
dude.
Hayek was great.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much is I don't know. To me, like I don't like Antonio Banderas, and part of the reason I don't like Antonio Banderas,
so I don't like Johnny Depp, and you don't like. Antonio
I like
Banderas.
him, just not in that movie. He's good. Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
So I mean, so I'll say this: my favorite Robert Rodriguez films are Desperado, Sin City, and
Sin City's good.
From Dawn Till Dusk, from Dusk Till Dawn. That one.
Wait, so why do you like Desperado? Just because of how badass the character is?
It's so fucking badass, dude.
Okay.
It is good though. I'm just kidding. I've never watched it.
And it's just Antonio Banderas is so suave. I love him.
Okay.
So you just have a crush on the dude.
I mean,
nothing wrong with it.
That dude can make anything sexy.
That is true.
Like
he made a cat sound sexy.
Like I don't play for that team, but I'd wear that jersey if Antonio was team captain.
Your girlfriend's right there, but fuck it, right? Just go ahead and announce that shit.
She knows who I come home to at the end of the day.
I love Sin City.
Sin City's good.
Into on the Instagram. You look at the little search thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's fucking ass, superheroes, some more.
Yeah, no, I don't even. Ain't no shame in my game. My Instagram feed is all like titties and toys.
Got me in a lot of trouble in the past. What were you saying?
Yeah, so I used to hate Robert Rodriguez. I didn't like Desperado. I didn't like Dusk Till Dawn.
Is he Machete? He's Machete.
He made Machete. Yeah. I
don't know how I feel about those movies either, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's one of your favorite.
Yeah, just like what's great about him is just like what I love is what I think is super inspirational is just how efficient he is. Mm-hmm. Where like he refuses to spend money unless he absolutely has to, and like he's like how creative he can be is like you look at somebody like Kevin Smith and you're like, fuck, anybody can be a filmmaker, I guess. But then you look at like Robert Rodriguez and you're like, fuck, look how goddamn creative he is with no money. Holy shit.
I like that about filmmakers too when they Go ahead.
So if you didn't know any of
whistling over here, fucking Cobra.
If you didn't know any of the backstory, would he still be your favorite?
Well, I mean, like everybody likes Sin City, right? That first Sin City.
I loved it.
Yeah, but that's when he was more of a
and that's what I'm just saying, like how creative he is. Where he was one of the first people to adopt shooting on digital versus film because he's all about practical. I don't give a fuck about like the history of goddamn Celluloid. If it's fucking practical, I'm gonna do it. You know, and so you know, and
you said you started, you filmed.
He was one of the first, like him and George Lucas. George Lucas shot episode 2
on digital,
and then Rodriguez shot Sin City on digital. But you wouldn't have been able to do that whole effect where it's like it's black and white and stylized, and only certain colors pop, and you have.
Well, sometimes when they do it now, it's just being pretentious about the whole
but like at the time in 2005, in 2005, where he's like, I'm gonna make a film that looks exactly like the fucking comic book,
right?
Like that is just as a visionary, that was so like the whole fucking scene where the fucking Ching Chong chick slices the dude with the sword and the blood splatters on her face and she doesn't blink. That's so fucking badass.
That's in Sin City.
That's in Sin City.
You know, is that the first black and white comic book movie? No, The Spirit. Wasn't it The Spirit?
No, Spirit came out afterwards.
We don't talk about The Spirit. Fucking sucked.
That sucked. That's what I'm saying. You know, but they did.
Well, technically, the first black and white comic book movie was Superman versus the Mole Men back in like 1950.
With George Reeves and all that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that wasn't on purpose, though, was it?
Yeah, that's all they had.
That's all they had. Yeah. Like on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I know they wanted to do The Crow in black and white. Like that's what Brandon Lee wanted. In black and white. I think that would have been way more epic.
Yeah, because you look like the only reason Clerks is in black and white is because black and white film was cheaper than color film.
Yeah, he had like 10 G's to make it or something like that. Yeah,
that's what mariachi costs, right?
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm. And you look at Clerks and you look at Mariachi and you're like, wow, one of these is head and shoulders better than the other.
Well,
and it's not.
It's a whole different genre though, and one of them's more. This is all about the dialogue, really.
Yeah,
and
you know, different style. You play to your strengths. You know.
Yeah.
Like not everybody's going to be an action director. Not everybody's going to be a comedy.
So you want to be an action director? Or what do you?
I don't know yet. I like a lot of different things because like my other favorite filmmaker is Edgar Wright.
What did he make?
Edgar
you fucking get the fuck out of here now?
Edgar Wright did Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
He wrote Ant-Man too. No,
well,
the first one.
He was gonna make Ant-Man.
He was gonna make Ant-Man.
He wrote the first draft.
They kept the script. No, like most of the script.
Well, I don't remember. But then he also did fucking Baby Driver. And Baby Driver's. You never saw Baby Driver?
Yeah, I've seen Baby Driver.
Oh, Baby Driver.
I've seen most of those.
Baby Driver's so badass.
Didn't he do that show with the guys from Shaun of the Dead? Sean, what's his name, the actor or something? He did a show. It was a popular show in England. Wasn't he in that too? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Maybe
The Office.
No. It was a sitcom.
It's a sitcom. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't watch BBC.
No. Well, I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It is BBC. But it was a good show. I'm trying to think of it right now. Never mind. So Edgar Wright
and Robert Rodriguez. Those are my two favorite filmmakers. If I had to break down like favorite films, that gets a little tricky. Because I go back and forth on what my favorite film is for the longest time.
That's a hard question for me to answer too, because it's like genres. Like, ooh, okay, I can go off genres. Yeah.
So, like for example, for the longest time, my favorite film was a movie called Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. Right?
Oh yeah,
with fucking Kat Dennings.
I've never seen that either.
It's got Kat Dennings and Michael Cera in it. You know,
do you like Michael Cera?
No, I don't. But I own like 7 Michael Cera films, even though I fucking hate that.
I don't know what it is about him.
But like, I love that film. Just it's not like it didn't win any awards. It's not like an amazing fucking film. It wasn't groundbreaking. But just like the emotion and the story, and like when I watch that film, like it takes me back to a time in my life when like I had like no responsibilities and carefree, would spend weekends couch surfing, going on adventures. And when I watch that film, I fall in love with Kat Dennings at the same time Michael Cera's fall in love with Kat Dennings. You know, and I saw that movie with my girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
like my current girlfriend, like way back when it came out. So but we weren't together back then, but we saw it. But it's complicated. So anyway, that movie holds like a special.
Can
place.
We give her a mic too?
So that movie like holds a special place in my heart. But I also really love 500 Days of Summer with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel.
Have you seen that?
Webb.
No.
You never seen that? God damn, dude.
It's okay. I've never
there's
seen
too many
either.
movies. Like you can't.
I mean, there's so much.
There's a lot of movies.
You know how many fucking Friends episodes there is to rewatch?
200 and something.
Fucking 9 seasons. I like. I watched Breaking Bad in about 3 weeks when I was employed, I watched it way after everybody was already done with like the hype over that. In about a year or so, I'll watch Game of Thrones. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it.
It's a lot of shit to watch.
There's a lot of content out there, and I get a lot of people who are like, "What? You don't watch Game of Thrones, Mad Men, Breaking Bad?" And I go down this fucking list of like 30 shows, and I'm just like, "How much fucking free time do you have?"
Yeah, that's
holy shit.
Yeah,
but then at the same time, I'm the same dude who's like 3 episodes into season 3 of Jessica Jones, and I'll still like binge watch old episodes of Star Trek.
Yeah,
that I've seen 100 times.
Or like something nostalgic.
Yeah,
like I do that with The Simpsons. Like I haven't seen the new whatever 10 seasons. Yeah,
no one has,
and it's still funny, but I still don't care. You know,
Wait, Simpsons.
Like, what's the last movie you saw? I think they are right.
Yeah.
What's the last movie you saw in theaters?
We saw Peanut Butter Falcon like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah. That's with Shia LaBeouf.
It was surprising.
And the chick from 50 Shades of Movies.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. What's it about?
It was like a modern Mark Twain tale.
Yeah. So it's basically it's about this dude with Down syndrome, right?
I saw that he shoots a shotgun or something.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer.
It's about this dude with Down syndrome. He's in like an old folks home because they ain't got fucking nowhere else to put him. He don't want to be in a fucking old folks home surrounded by old folks.
Yeah.
He wants to be a pro wrestler. He's got this old ass VHS tape of this fucking pro wrestler from the 90s that he wants to be like. And so he keeps trying to escape the old folks home. And eventually he breaks out and finds Shia LaBeouf's character. And they have like a Mark Twain
journey down the river.
Yeah, like adventure together with the chick from the 50 Shades of Sex movies. And then
I've never seen any of those either.
like
have you read the books at least?
No.
Have you ever read Huckleberry Finn in high school?
I think I read that in like middle school, but I don't remember it that well.
So
is it similar to that?
It's basically like Down syndrome dude is Negro Jim, and like and Shia LaBeouf's character is Huckleberry Finn. He's just enough of a rebel to keep him not the purest of pure heart, but you kind of get to know him and you're like, hey, he's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then like he bonds with this person that, I mean, it's easy for somebody to be a bully and be mean to someone who's disadvantaged, but it really, I think, shows a person's true character when they're like, yeah, man, I'll be your buddy. It's good. Make this happen for you. So it was really special. I looked at that. I looked at Phil. I was like, yo, man, that's the kind of movie I want us to make someday.
That's the kind of movies I like to go see, man. Like wholesome movies and
it's funny you say wholesome because then the last movie I saw before that was fucking, what's that movie? Good Boys?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I didn't see that.
No?
Oh yeah, me and T went.
Is it good?
It's pretty fucking hilarious, dude.
Is it like raunchy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, imagine Super Bad but with tweens.
Oh damn. Okay.
Super Bad with 12-year-olds.
Now, like the movie I had seen before Peanut Butter Falcon, the last movie I had seen before that was a film called The Art of Self-Defense, right?
Was that
It's
big?
got Jesse Eisenberg in it, and it's like a little independent dark comedy, and it was great. Like, you know, it pretty much explores, it hypes up like martial arts gym toxicity to a ridiculous degree, and like it's funny as hell. Like if you I know people who, you know, are into martial arts heavy and kind of get that whole culture, and like one of my friends was into that. He was like into taekwondo for a long time. When he saw that movie, he was like, I laughed all the way through. Like I laughed at parts, and the performances are really good, and I cracked my butt off at the end because it was like this joke that they just built up to, right? But yeah, it's basically about an office worker who's like really mild mannered and kind of a pushover, and nobody likes him except for his boss, as Jesse. And then like he gets beat up by a motorcycle gang, and the next day, like first he's like, I'm gonna get a gun after he gets healed because he takes off work for a while, and then he's like, no, he stumbles across this like karate school, and he's like, you know, I'll join a karate school. And then madness ensues after that. Like his sensei is a freaking nut job. And you know there's something up with the school when like the very first time he steps in, there's like the portrait of their former master that used to run the place. He's an African-American dude with slick back hair, clearly meant to like pass off as like Asian or some such, like, oh, dark-skinned Korean. And then like he's got like a rainbow belt instead of like a black black belt or like a purple belt or whatever. And the explanation for this is like, the original Sifu who disappeared 5 years ago after a terrible hunting accident. He was mistaken by a deer while he was out bicycling. Had bestowed upon himself the rainbow belt after winning such and such tournament. And you're just like, this is the most ridiculous shit.
Was you said it's an indie film? Because
Yeah.
I never even heard about this.
Yeah, like I saw it on YouTube, the trailer, and I was like,
okay.
"Oh,
I thought
when's
you
this
just-
coming out?"
It was
No,
straight
no,
to
the
YouTube
film
movie?
is not on YouTube. No, and then like,
Successful it was.
but they were playing it over at the Landmark in Berkeley because
Oh,
they play
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of indie
yeah.
films, and I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta see it. I didn't regret. I didn't.
That's where I watched. That's that old school looking theater, right? Like it looks like
Mhm.
Opera House. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one I saw was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Okay.
Definitely a child's film.
Was that like wide release?
Yeah.
yeah. It was Guillermo del Toro.
It's,
okay.
It's based
on the books.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, they kind of combined a bunch of the books into one story.
Yeah.
But it's like definitely like a kid's.
I mean, it was written
teen.
For,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the books were written for kids.
It
so-
looks scary as hell though with like the trailer.
Yeah. No, it did.
It looks scary, but I mean, you know.
I tried to watch High School Musical when in preparation for my movie, and because I thought it was like a teen movie, but then I realized it's a tween movie.
Because it's on the
what's twin?
Disney
So
Channel.
like
What's tween?
11, 12,
Oh,
10, 11, like right before 14. Yeah. What were you saying?
No, I was just chiming in as like, because it's on the Disney Channel. Like, 'cause
Oh,
you're like,
okay.
I realized it wasn't a teen movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made by the Mouse. They're not making teen movies. They're
Well,
not-
I'm a little bit out of touch, so I didn't know any of that. All I knew was how popular it was. And yeah, I think I got about 15, 20 minutes into it, and I was like, no, I can't. Because you can fake, like, I can fake watch a teen movie and be like, yeah, it sucks, but like, you know, at least, I don't know.
What do you mean fake watch?
Like,
What
I
the
don't know.
fuck
I
does
don't
that
like.
mean?
I don't like Road Trip or Euro Trip or any of those movies.
Oh,
But I can
yeah.
watch it to the end. But I couldn't watch.
Yeah,
this,
because they're most likely gonna show like tits.
yeah, at least you get to see a pretty girl, you
Yeah,
know, or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
now
See
let me
that.
let
Huh?
me ask you
Yeah,
this.
who wants to see that?
Who wants to put themselves through that fucking torture?
Let me ask you this: what feel are you going for? Is it a teen comedy?
so
or
the
is
one-
it
you're
a
a
little bit of everything?
yeah.
Like what?
So this one on the surface is supposed to be a teen comedy, right? It's
Mhm.
about a group of people that they go to an anime convention.
But aren't you gonna be the lead?
Oh, I'm not acting in it.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah. On the surface, it's that.
I don't know why I thought he was gonna play the lead.
But it's
He's not Sal, okay?
He's over here like, I'm gonna write, direct, star. I'm gonna be the boom op.
Yeah. But I did try to put some social commentary into it. There's a little bit of like, how can I say it? Like, a little bit of like self-entitlement that we might tend to have, like
Somewhat.
like, damn, I didn't have my thoughts together.
Self entitlement.
Yeah, like a little bit of like not toxic masculinity, but like, okay, here, hold on, I got my thoughts together. There's a lot of misogyny in the nerd world that doesn't really get acknowledged, and so I try and touch on some of these things.
In the nerd world?
Yeah, you
Oh,
know that
yeah.
whole "you're not a real gamer girl because you didn't want to suck my dick" when I asked you a question about like WoW.
Well, the whole questioning,
Fucking dudes.
the whole
man.
thing where
It doesn't end.
where
Not
we'll
a fan.
question the authenticity of a girl's nerdiness, if you will,
Yeah.
just because she's a girl.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I
or
see what you mean.
yeah. So things like that, and you know, it gets much deeper than that. But I do try and touch on some of those topics.
Right. And that's the one you're working on
just
right
make
now.
sure you have consent when you touch.
Yeah. Huh?
How long have you been working?
Oh.
I'm gonna just.
And for the listeners at home, WoW is World of Warcraft.
That was
by the way.
Phil.
It's a,
Let's.
I forgot to ask you. Well, I'm gonna ask you this first. Like, how long you been working on your film?
5 years. I've been writing it for 5 years.
She
Yeah.
better be fired, dog.
So I don't know. It's not gonna be people's favorite movie.
like you're
Why do you
raising
say
a
that?
child right now.
Oh,
Raising
pretty
your
much.
child.
Yeah, absolutely.
5-year-old that started to talk.
No,
well,
but-
no, that's like, yeah. Anyways,
So you know, I just this summer I locked myself in an apartment.
Were you
and
making 5 beats a day?
I don't know what that means, but I was writing all day. I was
Kanye
writing.
reference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was writing all day for 2 months, less. But for the first time in those 5 years, the script is where I want it to be. Like it
Nice.
hits everything. All the messages that I want are in there. everything's in there. Yeah. Yep.
I know we talked about it. You sent it to me.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
It's okay. I
you know what? But it's
if anybody sends me an 80-page script, I probably wouldn't read it either.
It's 80 pages?
About 75.
God damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The whole writing a script thing is not as easy as I thought it was gonna be.
Right.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
But I was gonna ask you because I asked him, and then what like filmmakers or movies like because I've worked with film with you before.
What
do you like as far as that?
Oh man,
who's your influences or what movie influenced you to?
All right, here, get ready for a snooze fest. So when I think of like storytelling, like there's movies, right?
Yeah,
and they influence me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the same way that
wait, you said there's movies,
right?
Okay, I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
But the same way that they influence me, I get influenced by anime and video games a lot. Like a lot. Like like I can compare my favorite movies to certain.
You know what? I'm gonna just say this, like with comedy, for instance, like I think the one thing that influences me more than anything is fucking music.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's weird.
No,
weird
that's
thing,
the thing.
That's
like,
kind of like, yeah,
it makes you a stronger. It makes you
it just gets
better
more,
at it.
Like it enhances the creativity.
Yeah,
a little bit. You know, like even if it's just instrumentals.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to just like watch stand up all day, you know.
Pretty depressing, dude.
Yeah. You know, you got to do other things.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like if I had to pick favorite directors, and you know, their movies aren't my favorite movies, but one of them, his name is Satoshi Kon. He did. Yeah, nobody. Anyways, he did anime.
Oh, who's that? Oh, anime.
Yeah.
Anime director.
Anime movies. Yeah, actual movies. Yeah, but if you watch them, they're not like, you know, kids.
Name
stuff.
some movies. I might. No.
Perfect Blue.
Nope.
Millennium Actress.
Nope.
Tokyo Godfathers.
Nope.
I've heard of Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
never
I think
seen
you
it.
would like it.
I think Ark would know too.
Who's Ark?
Ark
Oh yeah,
movies,
probably.
He's big on fucking anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of those.
Yeah, no. I mean, I wouldn't recommend. If you were to watch it,
but that makes sense. You're
Yeah.
like, you know, like I don't know.
Yeah, they're not movies that you're supposed to. I mean, you could enjoy. Anyways, yeah, him, and then the other guy. His name is Yasuhiro Ozu. If anybody, I don't know how many people are gonna listen to this, but if anybody's thinking that I'm some like fucking weeb, I'm not.
He's not Japanese either.
So you know what a weeb is?
No.
Do you know what a weeb is?
No.
So a weeb is somebody that's like so obsessed with Japanese culture that like they want to be Japanese. I'm not that, even if it sounds like I'm that right now.
Okay, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you have like a fucking samurai outfit that you pose with? I was like, I don't know, dude.
I was gonna make a samurai movie. Anyways, so what he did, what I really, they've checked out.
Yeah, they did.
He's watching cat videos.
I'm not gonna lie, like I want to be in your samurai movie. You know, there was one black one that had the one African American, well, not one African dude was over there. Like, doing, have you heard of the Black Samurai story?
No, I've watched the cartoon. What's it called? Afro Samurai.
Right, but there's a real guy. Like during, I think it was the Edo period, he was a servant brought, or maybe it was later than that, but he was like a servant brought over by the Dutch or some shit, and then like the Dutch were defeated, and he just kind of decided to settle down. He became an awesome swordsman.
Yeah,
and apparently he was known to be very attractive. Like the Japanese women were always coming after him and stuff. But yeah, like they're coming out
Black
with a
Samurai.
film. Yep, they're coming out with a film starring. Want to say it's starring the dude that starred as Black Panther is getting that role.
No way.
Right, so pretty interesting stuff, I thought.
Yeah.
Question for you.
All right,
Hip hop.
I thought you were gonna ask me about my favorite film director.
Nah, dude.
I do want to hear. I do want to hear that.
I do want to
though.
hear that too. But hip hop, because your style, you know what? You're. It sounded like I was listening to something done a little bit by like Mobb Deep.
You know, I think that the beat that Phil and I picked out has that.
Oh, Bill.
Mobb
Oh
Deep.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like,
you didn't make the beat.
No, I didn't make the beat. This Nobi made the beat, and like like it was Phil's idea to do a rap song for Frosted Mini Fears, because he was like, you know what, like, you've never had a music video by yourself. I had a music video like way back when I first started. It was just like me and my homie Isaac trading off bars. It's real simple. It's also really wasn't good, but the song was cool, but the video wasn't good. Yeah. And then so like here's the chance to redeem myself. So I remember we sent that first video off to an old friend of ours from high school, and she was all like, "Oh, the sound isn't working on my computer," because we asked if she had seen it. It's like, no, that's bullshit. She totally saw it. She just didn't want to hurt our feelings. It's fine. But but like he goes, what if for Frosted Mini Fears you rap about being the devil? You know how the devil influences people to do messed up stuff? Well,
or so they say.
Create a song with that concept. And I was like, all right, so first things first, we need to select a beat. And then so we looked up Nobi, and then we decided to go like halves on a beat, and we meticulously went through track by track. And some beats I felt like, all right, this is pretty dark. He was like, no, the tempo's too far up.
I got a question. Okay. Is that like, did you tell him what the song's about before you...
Who, Nobi?
Yeah.
No, he has a catalog up on YouTube. The way it works is you...
Oh, so you just selected.
Yeah, you select it, you buy it, and then he goes sold to so-and-so or whatever.
Yeah.
Like. So
he hands over the copyrights and all that too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mine, lock, stock, and barrel. And like, well, ours. But essentially, like, yeah, he hands over the copyright. It belongs to ILP Video, belongs to Frosted Mini Fears, performed by me. And then I wrote the song. Like, yeah. I always write the hook first. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because, like, once I come up with the concept, I'm like, all right, let me get the... Depending on the... Because sometimes you don't need to write a hook. Like, especially if you've got sampled vocals already running through it.
We'll put a link to the video
in the podcast. Yep.
Yeah?
Because it releases in... What? A week? 2 weeks?
Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, yeah.
Which Wednesday. I don't know when this is going to come out, so that probably doesn't help anybody. Let me put a fucking date on.
I started the. Well, I'll tell you. Yeah, no.
But back to the Mobb Deep. Yeah. I appreciate the Mobb Deep.
September 4th is dropping. September 4th. Frosted Mini Fears. Check it out, yo. Like, share, subscribe.
Devils do. So, which one? Do I sound like Prodigy or Havoc?
Which one's the one that just died?
Prodigy.
Yep.
Thank you. That's the honor, because Havoc, I mean, all due respect to Havoc, but he's the producer half of the group, and everybody knows it's a rare thing to be able to rap really well and make beats really well. You're either good at one and great at the other. Like, look at Kanye. Kanye, you
what's up with Kanye? Like, well, I never really checked out his music.
His first two albums are great. 808 is great.
That's it.
For me, it's like his first three albums are... Well, his first two albums are great. The third album was good. And then 808s was like, why didn't you just give that to John Legend to sing? We all would be happier.
So you guys are Kanye fans? Well, you know, like his music.
I was a fan.
Older stuff.
Now, I understand that like Dark Twisted Fantasy is actually really dope. I've heard cuts off it. I get there's a whole visual narrative along with the sonic narrative with that. But I got to this weird thing with Kanye where it's like I never really forgave him after 808. So even though people came to me, it was like, no, Dark Twisted Fantasy is really great. And I was like, It's kind of like my favorite rapper for a long time was Lupe Fiasco until he came out with Lasers. And even though he's done amazing work since then, I've heard off tracks. It just feels like...
wasn't the question. What happened to that guy?
He still makes music. I heard Drogas Wave was apparently amazing. Yes. But
I mean, I get where you come. I felt the same way about Eminem. I loved Infinite, Slim Shady LP, Marsh Mathers LP, Eminem Show, and then Encore sucked, and then he disappeared for like 10 years, and then came back with Relapse, and Relapse sucked, and I was like, I'm done, Em. I can't. I gave you 2 albums. If you can't win me back with 2 albums, we done. I'm sorry.
How many albums? Didn't he have another album?
He's had like 4 albums since then, and I've heard that like 2 of them are good.
See, I'm out of touch with music too.
Oh, okay.
Like most new music.
Okay. I mean, I'll touch you with some music if you want.
Touch me with whatever you want, Playboy. No, yeah, but
just be gentle.
Right. Not really.
He likes it rough. All right. Okay.
No, let's get back to business, guys.
Right.
No, with music, dude. Like I know Mobb Deep, but like 70s hip hop, 90s hip hop.
Did you used to listen to Spanish?
Hip hop.
Reggaeton.
No, fuck no.
You don't know like Diablo and them?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I've heard of that, but I never really I kind of hated that shit, dude.
Yeah.
No, like I don't like, especially with the ones that are all like, you know, they talk about like gangs.
Yeah.
No, I can't listen to that. No, yeah, but I'm more into metal, not metal, but like rock.
Okay.
70s.
So you don't listen.
Music.
You don't listen to Mexican hip hop. You listen to Christian hip hop.
What's Christian hip hop?
You know,
who's a famous Christian hip hop artist?
There's the gospel gangsters.
Lecrae. He's like the most, I think, current Christian.
never heard of him.
I like Cross Movement.
Cross Movement is also
Cross
sick.
Movement's great.
Never heard.
He over there like y'all on this whole other Jesus.
No. I already knew that I didn't like.
Yeah.
I'm out of touch with music.
Like there's this dude named.
There's some stuff on my
y'all
phone.
digging
Like I'm
deep
like,
for these cuts.
There's this cat off of Cross Movement named Fanatic. Goes bananas though. Like when I say bananas, I mean the bars are sick. It's not just some simplistic like I love Jesus because I must. No, he's just killing it.
You consider yourself a Christian rapper?
I consider myself a rapper that is a Christian, but to say that I am a Christian,
what does that mean?
Here's the difference.
All right.
When you are a Christian rapper, that means every single album you put out has to have a Christ-like message at its center. It has to preach the word. That is not me. But to be a rapper that is a Christian means that I practice the faith, and that like there are probably certain considerations I will make when I put my album out. Like I'm not going to advocate that you sell drugs. I'll probably come out with a record that tells the folly of someone who sells drugs, like an epic Scarface tale where he ends with his face in the pool and there's all this blood surrounding him. It's like, oh, I don't want to do that.
You know like devils do.
Like caution. Yes, exactly. Cautionary tales.
Yeah,
like a Dare
cautionary
commercial.
Tales.
Okay.
But
So let me ask you this, JD.
Ooh.
Have you found Jesus?
This podcast just took a very interesting time.
Jesus Christ.
That's the guy.
You don't have to answer that, by the way.
I don't know. I mean, the people that found him, I don't even know if they found him.
Yeah.
You know?
Fair enough.
That's
It's like
deep.
Dick Gregory, the famous comedian, says, if you have to tell me you're Christian, not that I'm not saying that. If you have to tell me you're Christian, like that's really bad, you know?
That makes sense.
So,
You know.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Like if you have to tell somebody, "Oh, I'm funny."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If I have to tell you, that I'm funny, then
Then that's a problem.
yeah.
But
I don't know. I mean,
Luckily, we don't have that problem with vegans. They'll just announce that shit to everybody, even if you don't ask.
Yeah, I know.
And then they'll like go on. But you know what's weird? Like when you change your diet and your lifestyle like that, it gets so stuck in your head, like it just pops out.
Traitor.
Like for a long time, I am not a vegan. For a long time, like
If you feel
like
good,
if you feel good,
like you want to tell this motherfucker, like, oh, dude, he looks like out of shape.
Well, it's like your entire it's like for me,
Oh, okay.
the way that my thought process has worked entirely differently. Like I was in Friends, and like, you know, after like months and months of training with like Evan and losing weight,
You
and
lost a lot of weight,
and
dude. Congratulations,
like 30
man.
pounds. Thank you.
Yeah, you fucking
Nah,
traitor.
more
But-
than I know.
But like the funny thing is like I'm reporting to Evan all the time about what I eat. Like, oh yeah, man, this is what I had this week. But then, you know, Sunday I messed up. I had a scoop of ice cream, but it'd be all right. But you know, it's no problem. And then like, you know what I'm saying? I find myself on a regular basis thinking about what I've had to eat for that morning.
Yeah.
What can I have now? To the point to where I see other people eating, and I'll be like, yo, we were just at the spot earlier and like we all had soda. Why are you going to get a can of soda now? And I think no one else thinks like you, stupid. Say nothing. Like, you know, but it's just so it goes, your brain gets rewired, and you have to remember to tell yourself like you don't have to announce every time there's a dietary issue going on in your head. That's just you.
It makes
It's
it.
just you.
It makes it like I appreciate it, like someone that tells me that, but it makes it like nah, I'm not comfortable. I don't want to hang out with
Yeah.
that no more. You
Exactly.
know,
Like
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like you all,
unless it's drugs or like, you know, like if it's I have a friend-
yeah.
I have a friend who's like, oh, I gotta go outside real quick. I'll be right back. I'm like, nah, I know what you're gonna do, dog.
But
let's just not be friends.
But see, like for me, I'm this weird like middle ground because like on the one hand, you all skinny and attractive now. I'm so proud of you. You're gonna find you a woman any day now. Just keep it up, play any day now. But on the other hand, I lost my junk food buddy.
That's true.
We used to go out and eat. We'd get like 7 milkshakes. We'd get like 3 nachos. Like now we go to the restaurant. I'm the only one getting milkshakes. Waitress looks at me like I'm
Christ.
some kind of
Even I don't fucking do that.
I get water. I get water all the
you
time.
get water.
Hey, we had pizza tonight, and it wasn't a weekend, okay?
Like the waitress looks at me and I'm like, I'll have the Monte Cristo and the nacho fries and the chocolate shake and the vanilla shake, and then she go to him.
Phil. This is an intervention.
Welcome to it.
Tell you, but
Welcome to it. I mean,
7
honestly,
milkshakes. What the fuck are you pouring them on fucking homeless people?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what I mean? It. But you know what? It's all good. I still eat with you guys. I had like a
you guys hang out all the time.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
together.
I just don't drink soda with everything. I just
But
be like,
then
I'm gonna have water.
That's
you know what it's like?
that's a hard
It's
one,
almost
dude,
like it's almost like if you're an alcoholic, but you don't feel like one because you got alcoholic friends. But then all your friends get sober. You're the only one still drinking. Now it looks like you got a problem.
That's true.
Yeah.
so
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna throw this out there. Were you gonna ask me who my influences were in general
Hip hop.
within hip hop?
Well, since you said the film thing too, I was like, fucking.
Wait, before-
Because I definitely
What?
dive in like my top list of five rap artists. Man, it's easy.
before we move on,
Okay.
you diet
Yes.
and you work out with Evan.
Wait, is
Yes.
it diet or you just lifestyle change? Because there's
It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
I kind of fell off this summer. I lost a relative.
you still
and
love cheese. I see you still love cheese.
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is like it's not the fat that gets you. It's the sugar and the carbs that screw you up.
Right.
So it's like you can have cheese, you can have butter, but you also have to kind of monitor like what your caloric intake is, because if you're a dude, it's like what 2,000 calories a day. And in order to lose, you eat under. In order to maintain
Under 2,000.
under 2,000.
That's what someone told me.
And if
That's
you want to
hard.
maintain, you eat 2. But if you want to like, gain a whole lot of pounds quickly, just eat yourself some pasta. Go ahead and eat that toast. Go ahead and have 3 scoops instead of 2 scoops of ice cream every day. And
He's like getting mad at.
sorry. Hey, but
It's like, you know what? Hold on. You know what it is? This is like, you ever seen like we were talking about earlier, the Exorcist movies? Like you start pulling out the holy water, you're like,
No, it's like like, well, yeah, on the one hand, but on the other hand, like, I'm tired of people giving bread a bad rap. Okay, Jesus ate bread for 33 years. The man had a 6-pack. It ain't bread. Bread ain't doing it.
he had a 6.
it's not
didn't eat a whole
necessarily
lot
the
of bread,
bread.
though.
They also walked a lot back then.
Yeah, he did.
Out there. They didn't have any cars.
Okay, all right, yeah, he
You
walked.
know, like they walked all freaking day.
He even walked on water.
Yeah, and before he died, didn't he like fast for 40 days?
Yeah, he did.
You're not fasting.
Like
Phil.
I mean, in
carried a
real
lot of
talk,
weight.
Jesus.
real talk,
Give
Jesus
him a
did more
break.
walking than like the Hobbits did in the Lord of the Rings
Exactly.
films. Okay, so let's not.
40 days, and
And
then
them little
he was
dudes
out there
fat,
fighting
like-
Satan and shit.
Okay, so you count calories.
But you know what I did too for the first like 6 months that helped me drop was that I had the same lunch and same breakfast every single day, and like
How long before you became miserable?
actually once you get into routine,
Yeah.
Really?
you just get used to it. Like this is what I ate a bowl of oatmeal exactly like the half a cup that they recommend you. I measured this out, okay, because it's only like 150 calories or something like that, some low number, and that was also my sugar for the day too, because you're allowed to have
fuck.
like because.
That was your sugar for the
That's
day?
got carbs, man. That's what carbs connect directly to sugar. So it's like if I had that, I knew I wasn't having shit else
Right.
that day. I mean, as far as sugar's concerned. And then like my lunch was like boiled eggs, an avocado with the occasional slice of bacon. And my grandparents like cooked during the day because they'll like fry bacon and eggs at 12 or 1. And then like I'll come home and there'll be leftover bacon and they'll be like, we left you some. All right, cool. So I'll take a piece or 2. And then dinner is a toss up. So I come home, I eat with my folks. It could be Chinese food. Well, guess what? I'm taking like half a scoop of rice. You know what I mean? As much vegetables as I can to make sure there's still left for tomorrow for all of us. And then like maybe a scoop of whatever the meat dish is. And then like 1 wing. And that's it.
Sorry.
Did
about
you?
that. Sorry about that.
Portion control.
It's
Did
right
you?
next to you. You just put your foot on it, it'll go away.
Wait, what?
The weight scale. It's reminding me
hold
I
on.
gotta check in.
All right.
So hold on. You know how you fucked up when other people's cheat meals is I'm gonna eat healthy today.
Yeah, I
meal.
know. That yeah, dude. I saw that in.
He's over here
Friend.
like, oh, and that's my sugar for the day, the
Yeah.
oatmeal, and I'm like, holy fuck,
like how
dude.
we went to a burrito place with a friend who's like thin or in shape, whatever, But we went to eat burritos and like I'm gonna get I'm gonna go easy today. I'm gonna get a chicken burrito, and then he's like, "Yeah, me too. I'm gonna get a chicken burrito." I was like, "Time to splurge, baby." I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's how it is.
It is, because like other people are like, oh, I splurge. It's my cheat day, so I had me a bagel. I'm like, a bagel's your fucking cheat meal?
But
I'm gonna treat myself to something healthy today. I'm gonna give me a nice bagel.
But I mean, it better be whole grain.
So did you get cravings or anything like that?
Actually, the
Headaches, sugar headaches.
first 2 weeks was difficult, but after I got through the first 2 weeks, it was like sailing.
Really?
It was like sailing, and plus I had a cheat day once a week. So it's like, but my cheat days turned into stuff like I'm gonna go to there's this restaurant in Berkeley called is it Jupiter? No, not Jupiter. Saturn Cafe.
Oh yeah, Saturn Cafe.
No, not Saturn. It's Venus.
Fucking every planet over there.
Sorry, there's like three different.
Jesus.
There's 3 different planet restaurants over there, but Venus, and like my favorite thing, like, and it is brunch, right? Like once a month,
Really?
I will go get like the eggs Benedict with like some lox instead of like the Canadian bacon, and like, you know, and then get like these things called luxury pancakes, which are like basically chocolate chip raspberry pancake things. Just once a month that was like my thing for a long time. And then when I started dieting, I cut that out. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Venus. I'm gonna get something really. But you know what I ended up getting? I ended up getting like a poached egg salad. But I had the pancakes with that, and that was like my cheat meal, because I was like, oh, I have the chocolate chip pancakes with it. All right, cool. I did that like my first 2 weeks. I went without sugar at all, and I was like, I'm gonna have a cheat day after 2 weeks.
But you feel
And that was
better
my
now.
cheat moment. But I feel better now.
You know what's funny? You said brunch, dude. Like when I first heard the word brunch, I thought that was like a joke, like bromance. I heard that word as an adult. Like, is that for real?
No, it is a thing.
And
It is a thing.
I'm such a fat ass. You running down this list, all I can think is, I may have to swing by McDonald's and grab me an ice cream cone to tide me over till I get to Wendy's and get my Frosty on the way home.
The thing with me though, like if I'm gonna do ice cream, like I might as well get like some good shit, because you're gonna like, huh?
What do you mean by good shit?
Like some
Cold Stone.
Tillamook is good, man.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good ice cream.
Yeah.
Tillamook.
I've had their cheese.
The
I've
cheese
had their
is
ice
good
cream.
too, but like the French vanilla one, like I'd rather do that than like McDonald's. Even though the McDonald's is probably not as
So
fattening.
McDonald's is just to tide me over till I get to Wendy's.
Well, yeah.
Right. He's got better
The
taste than
warm-up.
that.
But even the Frosty, it's like, I don't know, it's good, but like I'm gonna waste this cheat meal on.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me too, man. Like I'll just be like, I am not about to waste my one cheat meal on X thing.
On a
like it's
cheeseburger,
gotta be
double cheeseburger
amazing.
from McDonald's.
Like, it's gonna be like, and I'll be real. I'll open up real quick. This is a soft moment. I lost my cousin over the summer. Right, 28, young,
Damn,
and like I was working over at Sylvan Learning Center in Piedmont. And which meant I was only a block and a half away from a Fenton's Creamery. So after I lost him, I was so down. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in and eat. I ate a Sunday like I didn't exactly plan this, but I would go down. I eat my healthy salad or my Greek gyro or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have a Sunday today. I'll feel so much better. And then like every freaking work day, it was like, what have I not had on the menu today? I'll have the cookie crumble today. It's a miracle I'm not 400 pounds now. And I hope Evan doesn't hear this, but he will be right. He will be on me.
So I have a problem.
No, hold on. I was like,
ahead,
damn,
go
sorry
ahead.
about your cousin,
Yes.
man.
I was going to say,
sorry.
we're an hour and a half into this. He ain't going to get this far into the podcast. You fine. He's going to listen to probably the first 10 minutes and then check out.
Yeah, he will. He will. Sorry.
Yeah, so I have a problem.
Okay.
I binge eat at night.
That'll do it.
Did that happen to you?
No, but I've read up on that. Like,
So that didn't used to happen to me.
Hey, look at that box.
That
Binge eating.
no. We all ate that.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
we
and
shared
I
it.
don't mean like at
No,
night.
I'm talking about the fucking snacks box I have right
Oh,
over
yeah,
there
yeah,
by-
yeah.
under the computer.
it's like,
for
witness me.
when the laughter stops.
So
No, yeah, but
I don't mean like 9 at night. I'm talking about like
3 a.m.
12
Well, I don't stay up. If I do, sometimes like
Oh,
12, 1,
midnight
2.
snacks.
You know what? A bad
Yeah.
habit.
Yeah,
Sorry,
go
I'm not gonna interrupt you again.
No,
a
no,
bad
no.
habit, like when we do shows together, we'll fucking go and like pig out
Yeah.
at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
Come back home and sure,
Yeah,
our
that time
feelings.
I saw
with
you
each
in
other.
and out and took a stalker picture
Yeah,
of you.
I was really drunk that day though. We kind of needed to sober my ass up. But
So I worry because I have tried to like cut down on stuff, and for the most part, I do eat healthy. I think my portions are a bit big, but sometimes I feel like if I did cut out that binge eating, and it's only been getting worse the older I get, but I'm like, if I cut that out, like, it's gonna manifest itself some other way. I'm like, am I gonna like start doing cocaine?
oh my god!
Am I gonna
Jesus Christ? Am I gonna kill somebody?
Yeah, seriously,
Fuck.
dude. Like, well, I don't think I'm gonna kill anybody, but
no,
like,
I'm just saying, like, this is
you
like
know, is
fucking big extreme.
it a way that I'm dealing with anxiety, right? And so if I'm not releasing that anxiety by binge eating,
It's still gonna kill you.
in what way am I gonna release it?
See, that's exactly what I was doing. You know, it was anxious and grieving. And I was just like, I need to, because that sugar actually gives you a certain level of dopamine. It can
Right.
be very addictive.
Right.
So,
And I think
and you get used to eating certain foods.
that's the thing, is that it's been about
Like, I'm
10
used-
years already where it's just like, it's more nights of the week that I do eat, and sometimes it's not binge eating, but it is like I'll eat more snacks than I should, and so it's more nights of the week that I do than that I don't. So it's probably like 5 that I do and 2 out of the week that I don't. Eventually, all that salt is gonna kill me, or all that sugar.
But you look healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, Valor Morgulis, man. All men must die.
With the whole like late night.
Yeah.
Like, well, here's the thing. If I didn't have like my meals, like I used to have them usually, like once I get used to a schedule, you know how like, I mean, because we work, have a different schedule for eating at certain times, with work. That's usually how our fucking eating schedule is based around anyways, work schedule. Like if something interrupted that eating schedule, I'll get hell anxiety.
Yeah.
Like I need to eat, even though I'm not really hungry.
Right.
Like, I need to eat. I feel lightheaded. And one day I couldn't eat, and I just realized like it's just the anxiety.
Yeah.
It's just it's just your fatness fucking with your head.
Yeah.
and that like, man, like once, because with the last 2 jobs I've had, I sometimes like I couldn't eat right away when I was hungry. I had to eat, when there was time when I had a chance to eat, and it just, like, I noticed like you can go hella long without eating. I thought that was just like something only a certain
Yeah, you can
people
go
do.
2 weeks without eating, but less time without water.
Yeah,
Kinda need your
3
water,
days,
like,
3
yeah.
days without water.
Yeah. And like what's for me, I think my struggle is like when I'm by myself, especially after I've adopted my new routine, I'm normally okay. I don't really get crazy cravings. My problem is I am a social eater. Like, let's say I have breakfast in the morning, right? And I'm fine. But then I go out with some friends to do something, and then it's like, well, we're going to go get food now. And I might have eaten only an hour beforehand, but it's like everyone else is getting something. I should get something too. That used to be my problem. That's become less of my problem. Now it's more like, well, I'm going to see these people. We're probably going to go for food, so it'd be stupid for me to eat now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So do you see people often to where it's a problem that you're eating too much?
I mean, well, no, not now, but like, what contributed to me being fat? Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
I had the same kind of a thing with alcohol. Like, I could go months without having like a beer or whatever, any alcoholic drink, and then I do go to back then especially I would go to a party or bar and start putting in a couple of them into the system, and then after that, like, I'm okay with drinking at home, like, for whatever, and then it kind of leads into like, oh shit, I gotta pump the brakes.
Should we like get therapy?
I mean, I mean, some things are just social. Like eating is a very social thing. There's nothing like breaking bread with your friends and family.
That's true. Yeah, it's fun.
It's
What about
fun.
drinking by
It bonds
yourself, or-
people. Like, if you're sitting there gorging food by yourself, then there might be an issue.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Gaspar.
Like, I
That is.
do, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
ever considered, JD, getting
Therapy?
therapy?
Fuck no, dude.
Yeah?
You need some interesting people in your life. I'll be that one.
like
fucking.
like my friends have this games night, right?
I don't think therapy
And-
would make you less interesting.
No, I don't know. I'm afraid of talking to strangers. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I know. Not that I'm afraid of talking to strangers, but I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Like, once it gets like suicidal. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I think by then
gets,
it's too late.
No,
not too late, but it's like
once I don't know.
You should have gotten it way before.
What do you think about therapy? I recommend it if you want, if you need it. I'm not saying I don't need it, but I'm just too lazy to fucking go.
I'm not really a therapy person.
That's what started this fucking podcast. This is my therapy.
Right? I know. Yeah, it is a thing. Yeah, he doesn't have to be a therapist.
Yeah, I'm not really a therapy person. I'm more of I'll just sit at home and wallow and cry and cry some more and then wake up
helps.
And do it again.
You know what? Do you serious question? Do you guys have like a song or a movie that makes you cry and every once in a while you need to let one rip like
man
Titanic song, dog.
God damn it.
Titanic song. Then there's an episode of How I Met Your Mother when Marshall's dad dies. I could put that on and it just starts tearing up and then I'm crying and then that little crying turns into crying about the show and then it starts up about something else.
You can't judge me. All right. You can't judge me.
No.
But
JD can't judge you.
I can judge you, but
okay. So
I'll refrain. First let me hear what it is, and then I'll decide.
So I'm gonna put this song on and just cry like a little bitch song.
Yeah.
Is this song by Miley Cyrus called "Bottom of the Ocean"?
No, yeah.
You know, it's just it was before she went crazy. This is back when she was like just leaving Disney Channel. This was she was just leaving Disney Channel. She wrote the song about her goldfish, but if you can interpret it however you want and apply it to whatever loved one you have. You know, if you ain't got a goldfish.
Right.
Yeah, but that's my "I'ma Cry Like a Bitch" song.
Definitely cry like a bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm a Cancer, and you know, like Cancers get emotional. I got a handful of songs, movies, and books that just hit different tones in me and be like, oh man, that like okay. If I was to throw out a song in particular, there was a record that Gloria Estefan and NSYNC did.
Oh shit!
Right, and they dedicated it to like this real life teacher. There's a movie coming out about this teacher, and the song is all about how like there's this person that has invested so much love and care into them, and it's sort of like you don't realize what you've done for me, right? What your faith in me has done for my soul, and it reminds me of my late grandmother that raised me. From 5 on up to 12, and I played this for her because I was just kind of like, I realized that you sat me down and you taught me how to spell, and you paid for me to get a reading tutor when I was having difficulty, and now I'm reading like I went into first grade not reading at grade level at all, and by the time I got to third grade, thanks to the tutoring, I was reading at a 9th grade reading level. That was because of her. And like this was somebody that took me in when my parents basically either couldn't or didn't want to. I'm not going to name who. And like I was 11 at the time, I think, and it just all clicked for me, and I was like, wow, my grandmother's amazing. So I played this for her, and she was in tears. And to this day, because she's like, oh my gosh, you get it. And to this day, whenever I hear that song, like, I have a hard time not crying, because I remember how I felt about her and how I wanted her to know how much I felt about her. You know what I mean?
I didn't want you to make us cry right now.
I was like, this took a turn.
We started
talking about.
It's all good, man. I appreciate this story. That's.
I mean, we started talking about lighthearted shit like torture porn, and now
I know we're fucking opening up our hearts and what about you? Some fucking anime? Let me guess.
No, I just repressed my feelings.
Nothing wrong with that.
Give me
something wrong with that.
I think that's a wrap, dude. We have how long have we been going?
That's like an hour and a half.
I think we got a lot of good stuff on there, man. There's a lot of good stuff.
Indeed. Next time we check in, you gotta remember to ask me about my rap and my films, my favorite ones.
Oh, yeah. Well, for sure. We'll do it again soon. You guys have any final thoughts? Jerry Springer, final thoughts?
If you're in the Bay Area and you need some video production, IOPvideo.com. I'll make your shit look pretty. All right.
Frosted minifears.
Yeah, if you're in for a scare, check out Frosted Minifears on YouTube. If you need some advice on how to lose weight, or if you're a local Richmondite, Oaklandite, whatever, please check out Go to Work Fitness. And ditto to what my partner just said, IOP Video. We produce all those wonderful things. movie, full-fledged theatrical movie coming real soon. And real being vague and what have you, but yeah, coming.
And you direct the Go to Work Fitness.
Yeah, we produce Go to Work Fitness, and we
With Evan.
And Frosted Mini
We
Fears.
produce for this podcast, evidently.
This podcast, yep, you guys produce this podcast.
They do a lot.
My album's
lot.
coming soon. What are we not doing?
We do a little bit of everything.
What are we not
Everything.
doing? Getting congressional
Fucking
awards.
A. Congressional awards.
and shit like
So
Everything.
Yeah.
Photography, which
Yeah.
is really good,
yeah,
by the way.
So I mean, whatever y'all have, if y'all got, commercial for your business, if you got YouTube web series, your product videos, adult films, whatever.
No budget's too big.
And I just joined you guys recently.
Welcome
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
team,
yeah.
Right
JD.
on.
Yeah,
Welcome to the
I'm
squad.
excited to write some shit for you guys.
there we go.
Acting, whatever.
Like real talk, I wish like Rockefeller, we had like, Rockefeller of old. We had a chain to put around your neck, like IOP video chain. You on the team now, man.
A tattoo will work for
There
me.
you go. That's old school.
Gaspar.
Yeah. If you have a lot of money and don't know what to do with it, hit me up.
He will do
We'll figure
anything.
something out.
He has long hair to pull from. No.
Yeah, he'll take
All right.
photos, he'll act, he'll
Well-
put stuff in his mouth, whatever.
All right. There you have it. Thank you guys for listening. We out.
All right.